Hello, everybody in the conference rooms. Today we are consultant team. I'm Trang Phạm, or you guys can call me Annie. Our consultant team includes four members: Fatima, Patrick, Trang Phạm, and Varun. Now we are here to talk about some problems that our human resource management is facing, and we will introduce you guys to activities to improve this situation. Now let's start with the employee's role in the in our Opera aircraft. You guys are the human capital of our company, and human capital has been acknowledged as the most valuable treasure of the organizations, and it affects organizational activities and performance. Therefore, human resource management, which maximizes employees' quality, needs to be concerned as a core activity in the company, especially in the multinational company like our Opera aircraft. To begin now, today we are talking about our organizational culture. The concept of culture is defined as the human environment created by routine practice. Therefore, organizational culture can be understood as a merit, beliefs, and incorporated and organizational culture is also a guide for every member follow and behave. Uh, because of because of the high because of the huge benefit of the culture is believed as the core factor influence on the organization's behavior and result because of two main reasons. The first reason is culture is a framework in organization and it points out the traditions and values of the company for members to follow. Through this role, culture affects the employees' recognition and react beyond its situation by inspiring them their organizational spirit. The second reason is culture is also known as a category of action, since it supplies a guidance of activity for every member of the company. Now, I will mention about the four main problems our organ our human resource management system is facing. In case of the Opera aircraft, the first problem is our organizational culture experience a disregard phenomenon in which the aircraft suffer from the division into many individual teams. This problem is shown on the independent work of several departments in manufacturing process and management, whereas the process should be connected with each other to achieve harmony working environment and high-quality products. The divide impact that the company is acknowledged at many organizations rather than the whole company. And the next issue is the lacking of communication. This lacking also extends to the teams in the Opera aircraft afraid of communications with the other between integrated teams and across the team management. This lacking of communication also extends to the communications between headquarters and the subsidiaries. Therefore, they are lacking in aircraft quality identification in Australia after being built in Vietnam and China. As a result, the aircraft quality is low and it has been complained by customers. The third problem is there no connection across the team, and this problem causes Each team work in their own method, and the following step team continue to repair on the previous work and make it by their specific method. And though this kind of process waste a huge amount of time and energy, the achievement is low quality and employee out resentment. Last but not least, there are no adequate instruction. Therefore, the opera company staff is losing of direction. They have no direction to follow. So therefore they confuse of the method to complete their work. That's all of my presentation. The next might be the presentation of my colleague choose. Thanks. Is it too long?
Thank you, Annie. My name is Pratik Rathod. My student ID is 188444365. Now I'm going to talk about the solutions for the cultural issues in the opera aircraft organizations. In the opera aircraft, there are teams are separated. So communication barrier between the headquarters and subsidiaries. In headquarters, there are a communication barrier between the employees, managers, and employees, and employee doesn't get a proper direction from the manager, so it's result in a deficiency in the work environment, a lack of performance, which will result in a company's outcome. So we have some kind of solutions for the cultural issues. For expatriate who are transferring to the other organization must have to undergo to the training, so they can understand the value, attribute, and lifestyle of that organization in which they are interact. So as a result, they can understand the organization's atmospheres, objectives, partners mindset, employees mindset in that organization. So it was very easy to communicate between the employees, and they know how to work well in that organizations. Managers who communicate with the employees, manager must have to communicate with the employees in a friendly manner, so that's why the employee doesn't hesitate to communicate with the manager, about the problem in the organizations. And employee who are a new employee or beginner or some kind of old employee who made mistakes, so manager must have to behave properly with that, so the employee feel comfortable in the organization and work their best in the organizations. In here, organization culture is an essential part of the HRMs. In organization, there is a value, practice, and belief. So every employee must have to value others' cultures and the other employee. They must have to go on through practice and learn the knowledge about the different cultures, so they can understand the other employee and communicate easily. They must have to believe the other cultures and their rituals, so it's easy to communicate with the employee with the different cultures. Second one is conduct a group meetings. In organizations, we have to make a group meeting, so every employee must have to participate in that organizations, and each group member of the employee must have to share their experience with each other about the organization, like its good experience or bad experience. A good experience like how they can help from the others employee, and bad experience like what kind of problem they are facing, what kind of experience they are having, and what kind of help and support they are taking from the organization and the organization's employees. There are group tasks also provided for the employees, so they can work with each other and they can communicate easily. And once in a month, manager and upper level staff have to made meeting with the lower level staff like employees and others, so it's quite friendly atmosphere in the organization, which create a uh, good good performance, and organization work easily on organization work easily with proper efficiency and gives better outcomes. is a miscellaneous things like company must have to make some get-togethers and conducting some outings. So different cultures they uh, take part in that get together and outing and meet with each other and share their meet with each other and communicate with each other. It's very helpful. Sometimes they have to provide games and sometimes they have to make games related to the different cultures so that the employee must have to understand the different cultures, uh, and they can communicate friendly manners and without hesitation they can talk to each other. Like, and some kind of small celebration of different cultures must have to organized by the organizations. So every different cultures and different organization must have to and different organizations must feel comfortable in their organization and perform better in the organizations, so organization gives the better outcomes and the better efficiency.
Thank you for forwarding the presentation to me. I'm Varun Sai with student ID number 19187834, and I'm going to present you for the workplace culture in airlines in different countries, the difficulties we face while working abroad or in any other country which is unfamiliar with us. I'm going to present you how it workplace works in Australia, India, and China. Importance of learning different work cultures is to overcome difficulties, like any barriers if you have. uh, like we are normal human beings, we come from different cultures, so we need to overcome these barriers to improve our performance and to be more comfortable with the working environment, and it also helps us to develop our own self as a person, because it also helps us increase our proximity, and it helps us to deal with people from different backgrounds. And it doesn't need to be mentioned because Australia is a multicultural country with diverse cultures integrated into its system. And in our firm or consultancy, we are planning to get a presentation from each employee having different background and culture. Like, for example, say Thangyan from Vietnam gives a presentation each week about, I mean, not every week, a particular week, about her culture and her background, so that each and every one of the employee in the firm gets to know about this their culture and gets familiar with her, how to speak with her, how to engage with her, etc. And all the employees will attend the presentation eventually having a better idea on cultural differences, and they will improve the knowledge about other cultures, and it will also help the employees to perform. What are the results expected from this? And what are the results expected from this? I mean, each cultural background employee gives a presentation each week, and what are the results we expect from this? We'll get to know the work culture of each particular employee, their background, and we'll get to know the contrasting approaches of different work cultures, and we'll get to know the importance of working to live rather than live to work. That's what actually works in Australia, actually. And we'll get to know the importance of mingling with colleagues and having interpersonal relationships, and importance of punctuality. And I'm going to explain you about the different aspects in this Australian work culture, and as well as Indian and Chinese work culture. From Australian work culture point of view, the mode of work culture is usually a laid back culture. I mean, they are more relaxive. They are more relaxed in making decisions and performing group tasks and such. And Australia has not every firm in Australia, but they in general, they follow a simple rule that you have to work to live rather than live to work. Because if you see American or an English system, you see that people mostly they live to work. I mean, they work from longer hours, and they don't give much importance to work-life balance. In Australia, it is not like that. They give importance to their life, and they give much priority to work-life balance. And Australians, they have this culture that you have to mingle with your colleagues and have interpersonal relationships with them, so that you build up good relationships and make better decisions. And Australians give importance to their punctuality. They might be a bit laid back and relaxed in making decisions, but one the employee has to be on time if he has to, and time boundaries are very much respected in this country. And appearance in Australian work culture, it is uh, normal two-piece suit or three-piece suit, and for men, and it is normal skirt or trouser for ladies, and with including blouse and a coat from outside. And in Australia, the steps to get higher positions are uh, the higher positions are promoted on the basis of uh, their experience is the main factor, and the amount of work they do. I mean, the performance, their efficiency, and the economy of Australia is a very good economy. It has been performing very high in GDP for the past 20 years. And educational hubs, coming to educational hubs, Australia is a good educational hub. The states of Victoria and New South Wales have very good educational hubs. There is no lack of talent to gain from. And Australians give much importance to recreational activities in the workplace, like hanging out with their fellow employees in uh, while consuming alcohol or anything like that. And opportunities are vast. Australia being a first world country, they have a lot of opportunities, and communication, yeah, Australia has a good network of communication. The gender roles, coming to this, Australia has some a little bit of primitive, or what you can say, a little bit of backward culture in this, because usually men are promoted to higher positions like CEOs or top level manager positions, and women are a little bit restricted to employee levels. And their etiquette, the manners are simple and pleasant, and uh, usually it is like to shake hands and not bit of not much of touching or something like that.
Hi, I'm Fatima. Thank you very much, Varun. And now I'm going to talk about the challenges in implementing all the activities in any organization, or let's just say aircraft company. Now, the first challenge will be the effort and time that is required to arrange meetings and arrange all the employees to get together and talk about things, about the culture, and discuss the problems and the solutions. So the effort and time, that is the first challenge. Obviously, the second challenge will be the effort in connecting every employee and opening up in front of others. Like, they should open up and talk about their cultures and the problems they're facing in the organization, which will really, really help them to connect with each other. The next challenge will be the availability of the employees. Obviously, all the employees are not available all the time, so it will be very hard to arrange a meeting where all of them are available. What we can do is we can arrange maybe two meetings, one for one part of the employees and the other one for other part. Like, some can maybe come on Sundays and some cannot, so we can have a meeting on Mondays, and then maybe Sundays, or whatever the day suits to the most or majority of the employees. The next challenge in implementing these activities in any workplace will be the attendance. Employees will not be so motivated to actually come to the meeting which is not related to work and just about talking and discussing about culture. So the attendance, they will not attend it. And the thing is that we have to, as consultants, we need to make sure that we have a solution to motivate the employees in a right direction so that they can actually come up and show up at the meetings and get something out of it. Developing the motivation in employees is actually gonna help it, because they're gonna show up and they're gonna learn more.
Next, I'll just sum up everything and give you the conclusion, which is that through the mentioned planned activities, we can solve the culture-related problems in the workplace in every way. And if the role plays that we are actually planning, and if there are the role plays are actually gonna guide the employees about the actual real life situations and how to solve them, they can create and give the employees a better understanding of different cultures and how they can learn from them and how they can actually use them in their real life and all the real life problems in the workplace. The weekly presentations can help ensure that every employee has a clear view of working in different culture, and according to Richard 2013, the having a clear view of working in different culture is really important to ensure that all the work is done on time and it's beneficial. Um, Aim is to get an idea about workplace culture, specifically in airlines, but it also can be done in other cultures, other places, other countries, and even in any organization. So getting used to the different cultures is very important for better performances, and to apply these principles in different parts of our lives whilst working in a foreign environment for our betterment. That is the Thus, these activities can work in any company and be beneficial in any organization if really planned in the right way. Next, as you see in the picture, that is the kind of organization that we don't want. Everyone is working together, but at the same time, everyone is angry, they're not happy, they're not motivated enough. So that is what we don't want. Similarly, in this picture, as you can see, they're all working in the same organization, but they're pointing fingers. There is no harmony. They are fighting, which is what we don't want. What we is this. So our goal is harmony at workplace. Our goal is that people from different cultures are working and are having the same point of view, are having a same discussion, are actually agreeing on a same point, which is hard, but through our planned activities, it's achievable. And if the planned activities are doing their work and people are actually contributing, they can actually learn from it and learn about the other cultures. Now, the benefits about activities that I told you about is that if we implement these activities, employees can have a better understanding about their cultures and about the cultures of other people. They can tackle everyday problems and queries in a very refined way. And according to Yaru 2006, they can actually go through every problem that they are facing in everyday work life, because it's somehow related to the culture and somehow related to how people behave and react in the situations. They can develop a clear understanding on how to react or behave, and the time taken to complete a task can really be lessened. Overall, the quality of work will improve, the organization will survive, and it will be beneficial for all of us and all of the employees and overall the organization. Thank you. These are the references.